Whether you're walking alone at night or being home by yourself, the fear of being attacked and not knowing how to defend yourself is all too real for many women. But that fear can be turned into empowerment with some easy self-defense moves. Joining me now is Stephen Stern, the owner and trainer at Common Sense Fitness in North Haven, along with Meghan Yost and Lajeune Hollis, who work here at the station. They volunteered to learn some self-defense moves. Thank you, everyone, for taking part in this.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Stephen, how important is this for women to know?
It's very important. I mean, just follow the news. You know, attacks can happen anywhere at any time, and it's not always, you know, a stranger or whatever. You can be attacked, and an attacker looks just like anybody else on the street. So you always need to be prepared and be aware of your surroundings.
Is there a particular area that's very bad for women?
Well, any area that's bad, never take a shortcut ever. Try to walk alone, along with regular people or other people if you can. And park in well-lit areas, avoid going in between buildings, vans, things like that.
Got it.
And so those are the and then the areas that you know are bad in your area.
Avoid them if you can.
Avoid them if you can.
So ladies, why did you decide to come in to help me with this segment today, Meghan?
Well, I run outside a lot by myself, and I don't live in the greatest of areas, so I think it's really important for me just to know if somebody does attack me, what am I supposed to do?
You need the basics,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
What about you, Lajeune?
Probably because the world seems to be getting less and less safe, and
That's
I just
true.
feel like I need more protection. And knowing these type of things is important for any woman.
Right. And Stephen, basically common sense helps with this as well, right?
Correct, correct. Common sense helps, but a lot of times when you're under attack, you become the fight or flight experience kicks in, and so common sense doesn't always prevail, and so you panic. And so that's why a lot of things are great to carry with you. People carry mace, people carry whistles. Those are all good, but you have to remember to use them. You have to have them on your person, and it has to be the right situation. So a windy day, for instance, mace isn't
Yeah, that's
effective.
going to backfire on you, isn't it?
Correct, correct. So it can, if you don't have the right kind of mace, if you spray it, it can come back on you. A whistle is good, but you have to hope that somebody's there to hear it. And how long is it going to take for them to respond after you blow the whistle? And then, of course, if these get knocked down in the struggle, then you have to know what to do if you don't have these implements at your side.
But those are good tools. I mean, that's a start, right?
Absolutely.
Better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely.
Keep them nearby. All right, so you're going to show us some moves.
Correct.
We'll start with Meghan. You can show us what we need to do.
Set my tools out. So a lot of times somebody's going to grab a female, especially, and they're going to try and pull them someplace where they're out of sight. So whether it be a stairwell, an elevator, a room. And so the reaction is that Meghan's normally going to try and pull away, but I'm a lot stronger than Meghan. So Meghan is going to use my strength against me, and she's going to pull her arm out and then up and answer like that, and then strike like that.
All right, so move the arm out. That's your first move.
Arm out is the first move. Thumb down so that you can break the weakest part of the grip, which is the thumb and forefinger together. And you come back, and then we pretend we're answering a telephone so we don't strike ourselves in the face. And then we go ahead and follow up with a hit. Because the key is you always want to eliminate the immediate danger. So the immediate danger is the wrist grab.
You kind of push that aside, right?
So you want to push that aside and get out of that. You want to prevent the danger from coming back, me trying to re-grab you, so you strike, and then that allows you to, the most important, escape. You always want to try and be aware of where the exit is, how you can get away from the person, because you're not going to stand and go toe-to-toe at Meghan's side with somebody who is bigger and stronger.
Meghan doesn't have much of a chance there, right? So
Correct.
best bet is to run after that happens,
Correct.
right?
That's where your running training kicks in.
There you go. All right, show us some moves on Lajeune here.
Another-
Lajeune's walking down the street. She's all by herself.
Another very intimidating way is an attacker will come up and they'll choke you, and the best way is to choke the person back. And
What
so,
did you just do?
Very simply, she just
showed me
reached
how to
into my throat, and she pushed in and down. There is no muscle here, so there's no way for a person to improve their strength here. And so with everybody, it's a choke reaction, and it gags them. Now, when she gets done with that, she'll want to follow up with a nice kick to the groin area or to the shin, and then run. Okay?
All right. And do you teach classes on this? How do we find you?
We do small training classes. I do small training classes at my studio. We do one-on-one classes as well. Training, individual training, up to about 6 people is maximum, because beyond that it gets a little out of the personal range, and I try to keep it as on the personal level.
All right, we have time for one more. Give us one more move that we should know.
Okay, so one more move would be that if I grab Meghan and I'm going to grab her from behind and I'm going to pull her in to like an elevator, I'm going to drag her. She's going to drop down and squat into a squat position and lower her body weight. So now I can't pick her up. She's going to put one hand underneath my hands And then the other hand, she's going to wrap behind my knuckles as hard as she can with her knuckles. Just wrap with your knuckles. Just pound my hand. Just pound my hand. Just punch my hand with this hand. There you go.
Oh, and then you
That
let
breaks
go.
it.
And then you run off and you're
then they're
safe
gone.
again.
And then what she's going to do is once she does that, when she comes down, after she wraps the knuckles and comes back, she's going to follow back with a backhand right to the groin area, and then she's going to run.
Groin area, and I would assume eyeballs, right?
Always the T, we call it. We teach the T. So the T is the eyes, the nose, the throat, the groin. So that's the T. So you strike everybody, no matter how big or strong they are. Their eyes are the same strength, their nose, especially with men with an Adam's apple, and then of course the groin area. So it's eyes, poke, nose, hit, throat, hit, groin, strike.
Ladies, you got that?
Oh, yeah.
remember
You got
that.
it.
All right, very good.